The Chase is a 1946 film noir starring Robert Cummings and Michelle Morgan. Now, this is a very interesting film because there is a lot of breathtaking imagery. For example, a man is about to get eaten by a vicious dog. And when he spills the wine, it represents his blood, which is a very unusual way to stage a death scene. The movie at times almost plays like a silent film. The camera focuses on her face for a very long time, and you can just see the desperation and pain in her eyes, and she is just gorgeous to look at. The way the director has her framed, it's just perfect. There are a lot of flaws in the writing, I will admit. At times, you don't know what's going on. A lot of things just aren't explained, but the plot isn't really the interesting thing about this film. The way that it's shot, the imagery, is just so captivating, and the film comes off as somewhat dreamlike. And a lot of things in this film aren't exactly real. At times you don't know what's real and what's not. And some people don't like that kind of storytelling, and I will admit the first time I watched this, I was somewhat confused, and even the second time I watched it. But those kind of films are what keep you watching in the first place. If you knew everything about the movie, then you wouldn't want to watch it a second time. So this film definitely has watchability. The biggest flaw, though, in this film is just the fact that it is so grainy. Someone really needs to clean it up. I heard that the Film Foundation restored it, but I honestly can't find that version of the film. Every version that I see is very grainy, and at times you can't even see what's happening on screen. I mean, there's one scene where Robert Cummings gets into a fight with Peter Lorre, and one of them dies. But in the scene, you really can't tell whether Peter Lorre died or whether Robert Cummings died. So that's a pretty big flaw. Again, this happened because this was made by a smaller studio. Therefore, when the studio went out of business, the film wasn't cleaned up. There was no one there to restore it. But despite that, this is a very interesting film, and you'll be thinking about it long after you watch it. So I highly recommend it. It's one of the best film noirs, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.